Hi students, today we're going to finish completing the square part 2. We need to solve completely. Here's our warm-up for today. Go ahead and pause the screen and do this on your own. Let's check our answers together. It says complete the square by filling in the blanks. Remember, half it, square it. We're talking about B, the middle term. So I take 12, I divide it by 2, that's 6. 6 squared is 36. I'm adding 36 to both sides. And again, that's 12 divided by 2 squared. Looking at number 2, I'm looking at my middle term, negative 4, half it, which is 2 squared, 4. I add 4 to both sides. Again, negative 4 divided by 2 squared gives me the C term. Now looking at number 3, this one says to solve. So this is where we left off our work yesterday. I'm going to put this line down the equal sign to separate the sides here. And I want the y by itself. Right now this squared part up here is bothering it. In order to undo the squared, or to get the squared away, I take the square root of both sides. The square root of a squared term is just y plus 2. The square root of 25 is 5, or it could be negative 5. Make sure you understand that there are two answers here. It could be positive 5, or y plus 2 can be negative 5. Solving this, I subtract 2 on both sides. I get y equals 3. If it's negative 5, I subtract 2 on both sides, and I get y equals negative 7. These are the two answers I have. Y can equal 3, or y can equal negative 7. Now, we're going to keep doing this today. Just to recap from yesterday's warm-up. The purpose of completing the square is to make it so that it's factorable. Yesterday, we got into a situation where we couldn't complete the square. We subtracted 17 on both sides, and then we tried to factor x squared plus 4x minus 17 equals 0. When we did that, we got into a problem. We couldn't think of two factors here to give me negative 17x squared that would add to 4x. Yesterday we learned how to complete the square. We figured out what number to add to both sides of the equation to make this factorable. So we took the middle term, 4, we divided it by 2, and then we squared it. That's 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. This was great because now it's factorable. When we put this, x squared plus 4x plus 4, into the box in diamond, or we do this factoring in our head, we get x plus 2 equals 21. Writing this out, this is x plus 2 squared, since there's 2 of them, equal 21. Now today, we need to finish solving this. So I need to find the answer for x. Okay, so starting here, I'm trying to get the x by itself. Right now, the 2 is bothering the x and the squared part. To make the squared part go away, I take the square root of both sides. So this becomes x plus 2 equals the square root of 21. I don't know what the square root of 21 is. It ends up being some kind of decimal answer. Whatever it is, I know that it's the positive version of 21, or it could be the negative version of 21. So now I can subtract 2 on both sides. I end up getting x equals plus or minus square root 21 minus 2. This looks really funny as an answer, but this is the answer, solving for x, the exact answer. Okay, let's try a couple more examples together. We'll look at this one. Here are all the steps now written out. Make sure these are completely done in your notebook, including number 5 and 6 today. Okay, my first step, it says move the fake c to the other side. So I'll add 37 to both sides. So this goes away, and I bring 0 plus 37 is 37 comes down. Step 1 is done. Step 2, make sure your squared term has a 1 in front. The squared term is here, x squared. There's no other coefficient, and there is a 1 in front. So step 2 is already done. Step 3 says add b over 2 to both sides. Half it, square it. So 12 divided by 2, and then I need to square it. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 squared is 36. I'm going to add 36 to both sides. And this 37 came down here. So I have x squared plus 12x plus 36 equals, now I need to add 37 plus 36. 7 plus 6, that's 13, carrying the 1, so that's 73. Step 3 is done. Step 4, it says write it as a perfect square. This is x plus b over 2 squared. So looking here, here are my parentheses. So x squared plus 12x plus 36. I'll write it as 2 parentheses first so that you understand where it came from. X times x is x squared. 36 is 6 times 6, and I need a plus sign on both of those. I still have equals 73. Simplifying this is x plus 6 squared, since there's 2 of them, equals 73. Step 4 is done. Step 5, take the square root of both sides, making sure there is a positive and a negative answer. Okay, so from here, I'm going to take the square root of this side and the square root of this side. Taking the square root of x plus x squared, I end up getting x plus 6 equals, I don't know what the square root of 73 is. It's not a nice answer. So I can just keep this as the positive square root of 73. I need to make sure there's also a negative answer. So x plus 6 can equal the negative square root of 73. Step 5 is done. Step 6 says add or subtract to isolate the variable. So I can subtract 6 on both sides. My final answer, x equals the square root of 73 minus 6. My second answer, or, so I'm subtracting 6 on both sides. X equals the negative square root of 73 minus 6. And this is my final answer. This answer, the positive version or the negative version. Okay, here's a you try for you guys to do. If the last example went too fast, go back, watch it one more time, follow steps 1 through 6, and go ahead and try to solve this on your own. I'll see you in class tomorrow.